Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you because I can't believe that these cards are still under $1, still under just $1. Let's grab them fast. There's a cardless link in the description below, but first, let's go through them. First up, Lotus Ring. This card has so much incredible potential. It is 96 cents right now, an indestructible equipment for 3 mana, and it says, well, equip 3, equip creature gets +3/+3, has vigilance, and tap sacrifice this creature at 3 mana of any one color. This is an amazing card that many people might not realize is also kind of like a free sacrifice outlet in a way, and an indestructible one at that, because once you start getting this attached to creatures, again, think aristocrat style, you're like, okay, yeah, cool, sacrifice creature, attach, sacrifice creature, attach, sacrifice creature, attach. You can keep doing that again and again and again and again and again. So, again, it is a free sacrifice outlet, and some colors are clamoring over getting cards like that, number one. Number two, it is a great burst of mana for you. It is a way to essentially go, all right, I'm storing up mana, and then next turn, I get extra free mana. I mean, at the cost of a creature, but again, how many decks out there are like, yeah, I got like a sapling token I can sacrifice, or a servo, or one other creatures actually that want to be sacrificed, so you get a big burst of mana, on top of giving you, again, that nice +3/+3 and vigilance to swing with a creature first, essentially, then second main phase, go. It is such a cool card, such a unique card, and again, really hard to deal with. Again, great for equipment decks, great for decks that are aristocrat style, great for decks that have death triggers, great for decks that really need to kind of get big bursts of mana as well. Such a cool card. Check it out, pick it up. Moving on, Geier reached Sanitarium, such a great legendary land that can tap for colors, pay 2 tap, each player draws a card, then discards a card. Again, being a legendary land, of course, there are just decks out there like, yeah, give me all the legendary lands I can get, because again, there are certain commanders out there like, hey, the number of legends, the number of cards that are legendary, the number of times the legendary thing comes into play. Whenever a land that is legendary comes into play, draw a card. There's even commanders like that, yes. So that, number one. Number two, of course, again, an amazing utility land that says, okay, I'm not stuck, all right? I am ready to just dig down further into my deck. Of course, especially if you get a deck that cares about, well, drawing cards, discarding cards. I mean, a lot of decks care about drawing cards, but you know what I mean. Again, ones that have, like, thought reflection type cards in there that can double up on that draw to give you full card advantage off of this. Ones that have discard triggers that give you benefits or punish opponents for when you do that, or punish opponents when they discard cards. Such a solid card. Again, a very good utility land. Again, there are very few utility lands that have anything to do with drawing cards, card selection, card advantage, basically. And this is one of them. Check it out, pick it up. Let's stay on that utility land train, though, with Alchemist Refuge. 97 cents for this one. Tap for colors, pay Simic colors, tab. You may cast spells this turn as though they had flash. I mean, this is basically a Vidalcan orrery on a land in a way. Now, obviously, there is a cost to it. You only get it to activate basically once in your trip around the table, but still, you kind of just need that for the most point. Vidalcan orrery is usually like, hey, yeah, right before my turn, I shall play all the things in my hand. Ta-da! Yeah, it kind of helps you with that. But this makes it so opponents really have to play around you. Again, this is one of those cards that, like, you never should be trying to hide cards. Obviously, like, well, I've got this land underneath all my other lands and no one can see what it is. No, you don't do that. Okay, that's first of all, like, just, you're not supposed to do that magic regardless. It's just very, very bad play. Regardless, this is one of those cards that you literally just, like, keep out there and you're like, hey, no, you're about to attack me, but just a reminder, okay? Just a reminder. This is right here, and I've got mana open for it, and mana open for a potential creature to come in and block you. Yeah, you can do some really crazy things with this, obviously, and it's also just a good deterrent for your opponents, too. So, again, a card that really helps out in decks that are big mana. You can do a lot of exciting things. Obviously, it does cost some mana to utilize this, but the effect is amazing, and letting you breaking time restrictions, it's just crazy good. Check it out, pick it up. Okay, the last land that I want to highlight, Archway of Innovation, 95 cents. Enters battlefield, tap unless you control an island, tap for a blue, pay a blue, tap. The next spell you cast this turn as improvise, your artifacts can help tap to cast it. Yeah, this card is absolutely huge for any artifact-based deck, number one. Also, decks that create artifact tokens, decks that have a decent amount of artifacts in them. It is just a card that is very, very solid. Again, could come into play even untapped. Again, that downside that it might have might not even be a downside, because if you've got islands, again, play more and more basic chess, people, but also balance, again, when you have these types of cards in there, too. Playing mono blue, you're like, yeah, it comes to play untapped every single time. 2-color even come back and play tapped a lot as well. But being able to utilize this, again, in an artifact-based strategy, and being able to have your artifacts, again, tapped, just think about, like, for a clue deck and be like, oh, yeah, Got like 12 clues in play. Cool, all right. Yeah, next spell is basically just free. I'm using all my clues to help cast that card. Clues, treasures. I mean, treasures, again, it's basically a way to just keep them around for even longer so you can actually utilize them as a resource on repeat with this. Such a good card. Check it out, pick it up. Okay, let's go in the opposite direction of a land with a card that costs 8 mana, Giant Enchantment. I guess that's the opposite direction, according to me. One with the Multiverse. You may look at the top card of your library anytime I play lands and cast spells to the top of your library. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Such a good card, such a solid card, such a card that says, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? All of the amazing things off the top of the library, doing so many crazy things. Again, being able to play off the top of your library is quite nice. Again, basically the base cost of that is like a future sight right at 5 mana, essentially. So you're adding an additional 3, and you get to play something for free. Again, cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library. Choose, essentially, which one you want to do. Giant spells, amazing spells, big mana spells. I mean, again, like a Joda deck out there would love this. Where it's like, yeah, pay 5 mana, get this in play, and all of a sudden get so many extra benefits from it. Yeah, big mana decks as well. I mean, there's just so many different aspects of this card that are just so much fun. Check it out, pick it up, and just have a blast with it. Speaking of a blast, a card that used to be nowhere near this cheap, 96 cents for this gem, pick it up. An enchantment for 5 mana, Divine Visitation. If one or more tokens are created under your control, that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead. Yeah, this turns the smallest of tokens into deadly machines. Again, just like little servos. Okay, now they're 4/4 flying angels. Okay, little saplings, 4/4 flying angels. Turns all your little 1/1s you're about to make into just an absolute massive army that, again, is not only evasive, but also can stay back on defense as well because of that vigilance. So, yeah, it's a great way to upgrade your token strategy, a great way to essentially just, I mean, it's kind of like an anthem, really, is what it kind of is. It's like, oh, yeah, basically, like, your creatures get +3/+3, flying and vigilance is kind of what it is. Your tokens, I should say. And, yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not an exact 1-to-1 to that, but, at 5 mana, that is an absolutely incredible thing to throw down into play. Have fun, check it out, play it right now. A card that is just absolutely so much fun. Duelist Heritage, enchantment for 3 mana and white. Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may have target 10 creature gain double strike until end of turn. 86 cents for this gem. Pick it up, utilize it. It's such a good card. It's a card that, again, just grants double strike on every single one of your turns when you're attacking, which is amazing already on an enchantment that just stays out there. Again, back in the day, it was like, yes, I need to have this aura attached to one creature, and it gives that creature double strike. Oh, and then they got dealt with, and I lost the aura too. Oh no, it's a 2-for-1. This is this enchantment, which sticks in play for a long, long time, not attached to a creature. It's not dependent on a creature to stick around. And then also, again, actually, this can affect your opponent's creatures as well, which can be absolutely massive. The amount of politicking that you do this card is so cool, so good. Again, on your opponent's turn, you're like, hey, you know you're about to attack. I'd recommend attacking that other player over there because if you do, I'm going to give your creature double strike, and it's going to hit twice as hard and be a little protected in combat as well. And your opponent's like, that's a great idea. Okay, let me do that. Yeah, you actually can just incentivize your opponents to start attacking each other with this because they hit harder, and sometimes can actually take each other out with something like this. Check this one out, pick it up, utilize it. Moving on, just a fun card with Elvish Piper. Yeah, I mean, again, 1/1 Elf Shaman for 4 mana and green, 94 cents for this gem. I love in the picture that there's like these tiny little creatures following the Elvish Piper around. It's like a little duck. Yeah, some ducks, like a squirrel, like a snail, a hedgehog, I don't know. And you're like, oh, actually, instead of just having those creatures come into play because pay a green mana tap, put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield, yeah, I'm dropping an Eldrazi. I'm dropping giant, massive creatures into play. Not just these tiny little, like ducks following me around. This one, essentially, again, is one where you're basically going, hey, you know what? I'm cheating out massive things. Of course, I maybe have ways to even untap this and do it again and again and again. There's also combos that work with this, too. It is such a fun card. Check it out, pick it up, utilize it. Moving on, Realmwalker, such a solid card. A 2/3 shapeshifter changeling for 3 mana in green. Enters a creature type. Look at the top card of your library anytime. Cast creature till the chosen type at the top of your library. Basically, this one, again, is just like, hey, any tribal deck out there that has a decent amount of creatures of that tribe, which is basically all of them, essentially, can consider this card. This is such a solid card. Again, it is all those creature types. It's against the changeling. It also says, hey, you know what? Again, whether you're in elves, it's like, okay, I choose elf. All right, top of my library, cool, it's an elf. Play the elf. Great, good for you, amazing. Giving the top of your library, basically, it becomes essentially a second hand for you, an extension of your hand. Dig down into your deck with this and utilize all the fantastic cards in so many fantastic ways. And just knowing the top of your library is incredible, especially, again, if you have any kind of effects that are like, oh, I don't know, like draw effects or, you know, scry effects or ways to get things off the top of your library, mill effects. You can basically curate the top of your library to make it so that you are digging down into the right pieces to win the game. Check it out, pick it up. And finally, big mana artifacts, fun times with Blinkmoth Urn. Artifact for 5 mana, beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase. If it's untapped, player adds a colorless for each artifact they control. Now, this one will benefit your opponents potentially. Again, you might have ways to tap it, though, and for commanders that just let you tap it, it's like, yeah, that's a shoo-in for the deck when you're artifact-based. That being said, the benefits you're going to be getting out of this, if you are utilizing a card like this, is insane, because, well, you're in an artifact deck, and if you are, you've got an insane amount of artifacts, and again, if you got artifact tokens, you're going wide, whatever, you have so many artifacts, you're like, yeah, okay, pre-combat main phase, I add 10 mana to my mana pool, drop in massive spells. Again, basically, not even have to tap your lands to play things, essentially, is kind of what you're doing at a certain point. You're just going, yeah, just drop all these things into play. Cool, good for me to draw these cards and do some more things with it as well. Oh, and by the way, I tap this, and you don't get any benefits from it, too. Such a fun card. Check it out, pick it up. A steal for 92 cents. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.